Denne dagen kan bli en merkedag i vår økonomiske historie. Jeg håper de forventninger som knytter seg til oljeproduksjonen vil bli innfridd.
If you ever reach the bottom of the sea.
This is Angolan 50 Kwanza bill. You would think that oil platform pictured on the bill is Angolan, a symbol of modernity and development reaching Angola through the oil sector. But no, the oil platform on the 50 Kwanza bill is a platform standing outside Kristiansund in Norway, more precisely at Haltenbanken. Why on earth is a Norwegian oil platform on the 50 Kwanza bill in Angola? Angola and Norway has especially one thing in common. They're both rich with offshore oil resources. What is referred to as the Norwegian oil fairy tale started in the late 1960s, and the establishment of the state-owned company Statoil was in 1972. Statoil is today one of the leading companies within the global oil industry, being the world's largest offshore operator. Norway is often portrayed as one of the very few states that avoided the resource curse. In Norway, the wealth from the oil industry was pumped into a system of well-functioning institutions. Other export commodities were a focus to steer clear of Dutch disease. There was high taxes, and the oil sector were based upon political consensus. In Angola, oil was found in 1955. Today, the oil sector makes up over 90% of the country's exports. Angola extracts millions worth of petroleum every day, but the wealth is not distributed among the Angolan population. 2/3 of the population live in poverty, and it was recently named 5th most corrupt state in the world by Transparency International. So where does the money end up? In a state with an annual growth rate of 6.8% and a GDP of $126 billion in 2014? The so-called Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle consists of the state-owned oil company, Sonangol, the Angolan National Bank, and the president since 1979, José Eduardo dos Santos. So, why is a Norwegian oil platform on the 50 Kwanza bill? As Statoil and the Norwegian state revenue grew bigger, the company looked outwards for further investments and partners in the oil and energy sector. Angola, holding one of the largest oil reserves in Africa, became one of Statoil's highest priorities on the continent. Today, the Angolan continental shelf is the largest contributor to Statoil's oil production outside Norway. With Angola being such an important partner to Statoil, Statoil has been accused of contributing to corruption in the state. To keep up the partnership in the Angolan oil sector, one has to play by the rules put down by the president and Sonangol. In 2011, Statoil signed a contract with Sonangol, and parts of it regarded establishing a research center. Norway is contributing with 715 million kroners to the center. To this day, 420 million kroners have been transferred to Sonangol. Several journalists and anti-corruption organizations have tried to find this center, without any luck. Statoil have stated that the payments made to the research center in Angola is in line with Norwegian anti-corruption legislation. But with 420 million kroners missing and no sign of a research center, something fishy is clearly going on. What kind of responsibility does Statoil, as a Norwegian state-owned company, have in Angola? In 1999, Christian Michelsen's Institute in Oslo published a report stating clearly that the effect of petroleum income in Angola is not beneficial to the population, but is instead contributing to corruption and war. Is Statoil a part of the neo-colonial ways of natural resource exploitation, creating an asymmetrical relationship between Western states and the global South? Norway, as the Western altruistic state it is, wants to be on the good side with everyone, promoting peace, human rights, happiness, and general positivity. Statoil claims that without Norwegian oil projects, the global South will suffer. What probably will suffer more is Statoil's income, as they will lose millions of dollars. And as for the Angolan government and Sonangol, who doesn't want to remain on the good side with such a deep-pocketed donor? The Angolan elite becomes more and more wealthy, Statoil is getting more and more money, and the Norwegian population live in a lavish lifestyle, using and selling energy from the Angolan continental shelf. Who's losing? Most of the people in Angola. Norway and Statoil portrays itself as the cleaner, better way of extracting energy resources around the globe. If Statoil didn't do it, somebody worse would. And at least we bring in our social democratic, high ethical standards into these corrupt, failed states. But aren't we just dancing to the dictator's fiddle? And even though Statoil might operate within Norwegian anti-corruption legislation, the relations with these leaders drift towards guilt by association. In the meantime, the Norwegian and Angolan everyday life goes on, with some people getting richer and some getting poorer. And as a Norwegian citizen, well, I can say that it's very unlikely that an Angolan oil platform shows up on our 50 krona bill anytime soon.